Life is unpredictable. It will test your strength, challenge your patience, and place obstacles in front of you when you least expect them. There will be moments of pain, setbacks that shake your confidence, and fears that try to hold you back. But imagine becoming the kind of person who remains steady through it all, someone who cannot be easily broken by hardship, disappointment, or uncertainty. Imagine standing firm no matter how intense the storm becomes, maintaining inner peace while everything around you feels chaotic. This is what happens when you learn to master both your mind and your spirit. Buddhist wisdom teaches that there are 6 powerful daily practices that can help you develop extraordinary resilience. These habits do far more than help you survive difficult times. They help you evolve into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. Instead of being overwhelmed by life's challenges, you learn to grow because of them. You become the calm center of the storm, a place where clarity, strength, and peace exist together. If you're ready to discover these transformative habits, let's begin. 1. Face pain instead of running from it. Pain is not a mistake in life. It is a natural part of being human. Everyone experiences loss, disappointment, struggle, and emotional wounds. The true problem is not the pain itself, it's our tendency to avoid it, suppress it, or distract ourselves from feeling it. Buddhist teachings encourage a different approach. Rather than treating pain as something to escape, they invite us to understand it. Instead of resisting discomfort, we learn to sit with it and observe it. When difficult emotions arise, resist the urge to immediately distract yourself. Don't rush to numb the feeling or bury it beneath endless activity. Pause, take a breath. Allow yourself to experience what is happening within you. Pay attention to the sensations in your body. Notice the thoughts that appear. Observe how your mind responds to discomfort. Ask yourself what this experience may be trying to reveal. Pain is not always an enemy. Often, it is a guide carrying an important lesson. When you remain present with it, instead of fighting against it, you begin to realize that it holds far less power than you once believed. The moment you stop running, pain loses its ability to control you. What once seemed overwhelming becomes something you can move through with courage and awareness. This practice is not about denying your suffering or pretending everything is fine. It is about developing emotional strength, the ability to remain standing even when life becomes difficult. People with this kind of resilience can face challenges that others avoid. They learn from hardship, grow through adversity, and emerge stronger than before. That is real power, the ability to remain present in discomfort and transform it into wisdom. 2. Replace reaction with conscious response. Many people spend their lives operating on automatic pilot. A rude comment, an unexpected problem, or a frustrating situation immediately triggers anger, irritation, or defensiveness. These reactions happen so quickly that they seem unavoidable. But they are not. One of Buddhism's most valuable lessons is mindfulness, the practice of becoming aware of what is happening inside you before you act. Instead of responding instantly, you create space. You pause. You breathe. You become conscious of your choices. There is a profound difference between reacting and responding. When you react impulsively, you hand over control to external events. Your emotions dictate your behavior. But when you respond with awareness, you reclaim your power. The situation no longer controls you. You decide how to engage with it. Think of yourself as the calm eye at the center of a storm. While everything around you may be turbulent, you remain grounded and steady. Developing this habit takes practice. The next time something upsets you, stop for a moment, take a slow, deep breath. Create distance between the event and your immediate impulse. Then ask yourself, what is the wisest response I can choose right now? Responding doesn't mean ignoring your emotions. It means recognizing them, understanding them, and expressing them intentionally rather than allowing them to take over. As this habit grows stronger, you'll begin to notice a remarkable shift. Situations that once controlled your mood will lose their grip on you. You'll experience greater clarity, freedom, and confidence because your actions are no longer driven by unconscious habits. This is mindfulness in action, choosing wisdom over impulse and awareness over automatic reaction. 3. Train your mind at the start of every day. The way you begin your morning has a powerful influence on everything that follows. Many people wake up and immediately immerse themselves in noise and distraction. Their phones demand attention. Messages flood in. Responsibilities begin piling up before they've even had a chance to gather themselves. Buddhist teachings remind us that the first moments of the day are incredibly important. They set the emotional and mental foundation for the hours ahead. If you allow the outside world to determine your state of mind from the moment you wake up, you are surrendering your inner power before the day has even begun. That is why taking charge of your day begins with taking charge of your mind the moment you open your eyes. Instead of reaching for your phone the instant you wake up, or allowing yourself to be swept away by a flood of responsibilities, give yourself a few moments of stillness. Create space before the demands of the day begin. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and reconnect with yourself. Become aware of your thoughts, your emotions, and the energy you are bringing into the day ahead. Those few intentional moments can completely transform the direction of your day. By grounding yourself before engaging with the outside world, you create a strong foundation built on focus, calmness, and purpose. Yet this practice extends far beyond a peaceful morning. Buddhist teachings emphasize that mental strength must be developed consistently, just as physical strength is built through regular exercise. A focused and resilient mind doesn't happen by accident. It is the result of daily training. Each morning, take time to consider the person you want to be that day. Reflect on the qualities you want to embody, the habits you want to reinforce, and the mindset you wish to carry into every interaction. Ask yourself what deserves your attention and where you want to direct your energy. Whether your routine includes meditation, prayer, journaling, mindful breathing, or quiet reflection, these practices help align your thoughts with your values. They teach your mind to respond to life with awareness and composure, instead of being driven by impulse or distraction. True discipline is not limited to a morning ritual. It is a commitment to beginning every day with intention. Every time you stretch, write in a journal, meditate, or set meaningful goals, you are strengthening your ability to remain centered when challenges arise. People who consistently achieve inner peace understand a simple truth. A well-trained mind is one of the most powerful assets you can possess. When you honor your mornings and prepare your mind with care, you become far better equipped to navigate whatever life places in your path. 4. Release what you cannot control. Much of human suffering comes from trying to hold on to things that were never ours to control in the first place. We become attached to specific outcomes. We worry about people's decisions, obsess over circumstances, and cling to expectations about how life should unfold. We convince ourselves that if we think about something long enough or worry hard enough, we can somehow force it to happen according to our wishes. But life rarely works that way. Many of the forces that shape our experiences exist beyond our influence. The choices other people make, economic conditions, unexpected events, and countless external circumstances are not ours to command. Yet people spend enormous amounts of emotional energy fighting battles they can never win, leaving themselves drained, frustrated, and disappointed. Buddhist wisdom offers a liberating perspective through the practice of detachment. This does not mean becoming cold, indifferent, or emotionally disconnected. Instead, it means accepting reality as it is while directing your attention toward the things you can actually influence: your thoughts, your actions, and your responses. Letting go is not surrendering your dreams. It is surrendering your obsession with controlling every detail. It means trusting that life can still move in a meaningful direction even when events don't unfold according to your expectations. It means understanding that while you control your effort, you cannot always control the final result. Imagine working tirelessly toward an important goal. If the outcome doesn't match what you hoped for, that doesn't automatically mean your efforts were wasted. Sometimes setbacks contain lessons, insights, and opportunities that become valuable stepping stones for future growth. When you stop fixating on results, you create room for acceptance. You become more open to possibilities that might have remained hidden behind your expectations. Practically speaking, letting go means recognizing when your mind is trapped in endless worry about circumstances beyond your reach. It means refusing to waste emotional energy on battles that cannot be won. Think about the weather. No amount of frustration can stop a storm from arriving. However, you can decide how you will face it. You can complain endlessly about the rain, or you can prepare yourself and continue moving forward with grace and resilience. Another essential part of letting go is forgiveness. This includes forgiving other people and forgiving yourself. Holding on to resentment only prolongs suffering. The weight of anger and bitterness does not burden the person who hurt you as much as it burdens you. Buddhist teachings remind us that forgiveness is an act of liberation. When you release old wounds and grudges, you create space for healing. You free yourself from carrying unnecessary emotional weight. Choosing to let go is not a sign of weakness. In many ways, it is one of the greatest demonstrations of strength. It requires courage to stop trying to control everything and instead trust the natural unfolding of life. It means understanding that your value is not determined by every outcome, every success, or every setback. Life is a journey filled with lessons, and not every chapter will unfold according to your plans. As you practice releasing what is beyond your control, you begin to experience a profound sense of freedom. Your mind becomes lighter. Your heart becomes calmer. Your energy is no longer wasted on resistance and worry. In its place, you gain greater peace, deeper clarity, and the ability to move through life with confidence and trust. Instead of allowing yourself to be constantly pulled in every direction by life's uncertainty, learn to root yourself firmly in the present. When your peace is anchored within, external events lose their ability to shake your foundation. 5. Carefully protect and shape your environment. Many people underestimate the influence their surroundings have on their mindset and quality of life. The truth is that your environment quietly molds your thoughts, habits, emotions, and beliefs every single day. You've probably heard the saying that you become similar to the people you spend the most time with. While that's true, the impact of your environment extends far beyond relationships. The places you spend your time, the information you consume, and the atmosphere you immerse yourself in all play a major role in determining the direction of your life. Buddhist philosophy emphasizes the importance of community and supportive influences. The people around you can either encourage growth and wisdom or reinforce negativity and limitation. Likewise, your physical surroundings can either cultivate calmness and focus or create stress and distraction. Being intentional about your environment doesn't mean isolating yourself or rejecting people unnecessarily. It means becoming conscious of what influences your thoughts and energy. It means making deliberate choices about what deserves access to your mind and attention. Start by examining the people in your life. Have you ever spent time with someone who constantly complains, criticizes, or focuses on problems. Chances are you felt emotionally exhausted afterward. Negative attitudes have a way of spreading, affecting your mindset even when you don't realize it. On the other hand, spending time with individuals who are optimistic, disciplined, thoughtful, and growth-oriented often leaves you feeling motivated and energized. Their perspective elevates your own. Creating a healthy environment sometimes requires setting boundaries. It may mean reducing exposure to people who continually create drama, negativity, or unnecessary stress. This doesn't have to be done with anger or resentment. It simply requires clarity about what supports your well-being and what does not. Your surroundings matter just as much as your relationships. Take a moment to look around your current space. Does it encourage focus and peace, or does it contribute to overwhelm and distraction? A chaotic environment often creates mental noise. Clutter in your surroundings can easily become clutter in your thoughts. Buddhist teachings frequently associate simplicity and order with mental clarity. When your environment feels peaceful, your mind often follows. Make it a habit to create spaces that support the person you want to become. This could be a quiet corner dedicated to reflection, a workspace designed for productivity, or a room filled with natural elements that bring a sense of calm. The goal is to create an atmosphere that encourages concentration, creativity, and inner balance rather than stress and constant distraction. Your digital environment deserves the same attention. Modern life floods us with information every hour of every day. News feeds, social media platforms, videos, podcasts, and endless notifications compete for our attention. Everything you consume influences your mindset, whether consciously or subconsciously. Ask yourself an important question. Is the content you consume helping you grow, or is it filling your mind with noise? The books you read, the voices you listen to, and the media you engage with should contribute to your development rather than diminish your peace. Seek out information that expands your understanding, inspires action, and strengthens your character. Be selective. If certain content consistently creates anxiety, negativity, or distraction without adding value, consider removing it from your daily routine. Protecting your mental space is not selfish, it is essential. By intentionally choosing your influences, you build a life that supports your goals rather than working against them. You create conditions that make focus easier, peace more accessible, and growth more natural. This practice is about more than avoiding negativity. It is about designing an environment where your highest potential can flourish. When your relationships, surroundings, and daily inputs align with your values, you develop a powerful sense of momentum. You become less vulnerable to outside chaos because your foundation is built on purpose and intention. The result is a life that feels more focused, more peaceful, and far more resilient. 6. Reconnect daily with your true self amid the constant noise of everyday life. Many people gradually lose touch with who they really are. Society places countless expectations on us. Opinions, comparisons, judgments, and pressures surround us from every direction. Over time, it becomes easy to define ourselves through the eyes of others rather than through our own inner truth. The demands of the world can fill your mind with doubts, insecurities, and the need for approval. Without realizing it, you may begin chasing standards and identities that were never truly yours. At the heart of Buddhist wisdom lies a powerful realization. True strength comes from deeply understanding who you are and remaining connected to that truth regardless of circumstances. The world will constantly attempt to shape your identity. It will offer opinions about who you should become, how you should think, what success looks like, and how you ought to live. If you're not careful, you can spend your entire life chasing definitions created by other people. Real peace emerges when you stop allowing the outside world to tell you who you are and start defining yourself from within. That is why a daily practice of self-reflection is so valuable. Before the noise of the day begins, take a few moments to reconnect with your core values, your purpose, and the person you are striving to become. Ask yourself meaningful questions. Who am I beneath all labels and expectations? What principles guide my life? What impact do I want to make? What energy do I want to bring into today's experiences? When you lose sight of these answers, you become vulnerable to fear, self-doubt, and external pressures. But when you regularly reconnect with your authentic self, you strengthen your inner foundation. You begin operating from a place of confidence rather than insecurity. You align with the part of yourself that remains calm during uncertainty, strong during adversity, and steady during change. This practice is not about ego or self-importance. It is about awareness. It is about remembering what truly matters and staying connected to your values no matter what is happening around you. One effective way to strengthen this habit is through intentional affirmations. Each morning, remind yourself of the qualities you choose to embody. I remain calm regardless of circumstances. I have the strength to overcome challenges. I am guided by purpose. I stay true to my values. These statements are not empty words. They are reminders of your potential and your responsibility to live according to your highest principles. The more often you reinforce these beliefs, the more naturally they become part of your identity. Eventually, they stop feeling like aspirations and start becoming your reality. Buddhist teachings remind us that the mind is one of the most powerful forces we possess. Left unmanaged, it can create unnecessary suffering. Properly directed, it becomes a source of wisdom, strength, and peace. By consistently reminding yourself who you are, you train your mind to act with intention rather than reacting to every challenge or distraction. You become proactive instead of passive. Making this practice visible can amplify its impact. Write your affirmations where you'll see them regularly. Keep reminders of your goals nearby. Create visual representations of the life and character you want to build. Allow these reminders to become woven into your daily experience until they feel natural and automatic. When you live with a strong awareness of your identity and purpose, your presence changes. You make decisions with greater confidence. You stay committed to your goals. You remain grounded even when circumstances become difficult. Most importantly, this practice becomes a source of stability during life's hardest moments. Whenever confusion, stress, or uncertainty threaten to pull you off course, returning to your deepest values can guide you back. It becomes your anchor when everything else feels unstable. The habit of remembering who you are each day is one of the greatest sources of personal power. It allows you to move through life with authenticity, confidence, and inner peace, regardless of the challenges that arise. 7. The extraordinary power of small daily victories. Many people believe success arrives through dramatic breakthroughs or life-changing moments. In reality, meaningful transformation is usually built through small actions repeated consistently over time. Modern culture often encourages impatience. We are surrounded by messages promising quick results, instant rewards, and overnight success. As a result, many people become discouraged when progress isn't immediate. Buddhist teachings offer a different perspective. They emphasize the importance of steady, intentional effort and remind us that lasting change is created through daily practice. Great achievements are rarely the result of one extraordinary action. They are the result of countless ordinary actions performed consistently. Your future is shaped by what you repeatedly do today. Every small choice matters, Every positive habit matters. Every moment of discipline matters. When you focus on making small improvements each day, you develop patience, consistency, and resilience. You begin to understand that progress is not always visible in the moment, but that doesn't mean it isn't happening. This is the principle of compounding. Tiny actions may seem insignificant on their own, but when repeated over weeks, months, and years, they create remarkable results. Imagine wanting to build a meditation habit. If you immediately commit to 30 minutes every day, the challenge may feel overwhelming. But if you begin with just 5 minutes each morning, the habit becomes manageable. Then, little by little, you increase the time. What once felt difficult gradually becomes natural. Before long, those few minutes have evolved into a powerful daily practice that strengthens your focus, awareness, and inner peace. The same principle applies to every area of life. Small improvements in health become major transformations. Small investments in learning become expertise. Small acts of discipline become extraordinary achievements. The key is consistency. You do not need to make massive changes overnight. You simply need to keep moving forward, one intentional step at a time. When you commit to daily progress, no matter how small, you begin building a life of lasting success from the ground up. Real transformation is built through the choices we make every single day. As these habits become part of your life, you'll develop a level of resilience that cannot be easily shaken. Difficulties may test you, but they won't define you.